Hi everybody, hey, it's me, Brooke Sobel from Heartland Vintage Market, and happy Sunday. I hope you're all having a good day. I'm having a good day. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because technical challenges seem to just follow me all around. And yeah, so anyway, I hope I'm not upside down or sideways, and if I am, you'll let me know. I'm doing something really kind of fun and exciting today, though. I'm stenciling on a floor. Hi guys, as you're just joining in. First of all, can you let me know if I'm right side up or if I'm sideways or upside down? And let me know who's watching, where you're watching from. So I am tuning in from Boise, Idaho, where I now live after living in California all my life, and I've lived here now about 2 months. And hey guys, so anyway, and I run Heartland Vintage Market, and I'm a brand ambassador for Redesign with Prima, and I'm a Dixie Belle paint retailer and a Redesign with Prima retailer. And I am in the process of setting up a booth space in this wonderful 100-plus-year-old house in Boise that's an antique store, vintage market. Not seeing any comments. Could someone please just comment and let me know that, like, I'm not upside down or sideways or something? Please, thank you. So I haven't washed my hair in a long time, so forgive me for that. I've been painting. So maybe I can do a quick scan of the room so you can see what I have here. So again, this is a very, very old house, and that's a built-in cabinet. This was actually the kitchen, and this is going to be my room that I'm going to have my Dixie Belle paints and, you know, some furniture and some smalls and such. It's a terrible view, I'm sure, but it's oh, thank you, Heather. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. So anyway, this is day 4. I've been painting, cleaning. Everything starts with cleaning, right? Cleaning, painting, and I'm hoping that this is the last paint day because boy is my body tired. So here's what we're gonna do, you guys, okay? So I'm painting a stencil design on the floor. Hi Sue, thank you so much, appreciate that. So yeah, so I have paint, 4 days worth maybe in my hair, and paint hair don't care, right? And I'm gonna wash it tonight when I'm done painting. I had to do ceilings. These ceilings are 8 or 9 feet. Yuck. Okay, so here's the deal on the floor, okay? Let me give you a real quick background and then I'm gonna jump right in, okay? So I had to paint ceilings, I had to paint walls. I'm a very messy painter. And I knew that when I'm painting the ceilings and the walls, that unless I really masked off the floor very well, I was gonna get paint on the floor. Well, the floor was in need of updating, okay? It was, it's an old vinyl floor that had been painted over and probably looked great in its day, but you know, several years ago, and it got real dirty and real kind of grungy, and I thought, you know, well, I'm doing everything else in this room, I might as well try to do something with the floor. So after scrubbing it really, really hard with White Lightning Cleaner, this is a weird angle, sorry, from Dixie Belle, then I allowed the wall paint, which is just white wall paint, to drip on it, and I just kind of rolled it, and so I ended up rolling one layer of just white wall paint over it after cleaning it. Because, well, I tested the spot first, right, the night before, and it seemed like it was gonna hold up okay. So, you know, I was like scratching it and trying to make it go, and it was like, I think that might hold up. So I let that dry, and then I did a coat of brown. This is the Dixie Belle paint called Coffee Bean, okay? And I only did one coat because it took a little overcoat, that's all the paint I had, and I didn't really want to do another coat, and I'm in a rush. So there's some spots that are a little spotty, but here's the deal. I'm gonna go over it with a stencil. I'm gonna create a border with a stencil, And why just a border? Because I'm gonna put a big rug in the middle of the room, like a seagrass, natural seagrass type rug. And so I think it'll look fine with just the border if I ever want to remove the rug. But since I know I'm putting a rug in the middle of the room, why stencil the whole room, right? So that's what we're doing. All caught up now, right? So this stencil is a Redesign with Prima stencil. And it would be really cool if I knew the name of it. Calypso? No, that's the other one. French trellis. It's called French trellis. And I'm also using today, guys. And you know, I'm trying to remember if I've ever done a stencil on a floor before, and I don't think I have. Sometimes I do things and I don't remember. Can anyone relate? Where are you guys watching from? Where are you watching from? You're all quiet. You're just chilling, hanging out, watching the show. All right, so I'm also using this, you guys. Is it backwards? Sorry. I don't want to touch anything on my phone because I'll probably put myself upside down or something. I don't know what's going on lately. Me and technology are not friends. So this is the Redesign with Prima roller brush. This is super cool because it's a kit and it comes with the handle thingy and four foam rollers and a little glass plate. So depending on what you're doing, you may put some of your paints on here and then roll it with the roller and then use it. I'm not using the glass plate today because I'm going for a really distressed paint look. So I'm going to be blotting my paint on paper towels. Donna, hey, so I told what Donna's referring to, you guys, is this morning I told my people on my regular Heartland page that I was going to take the day off, and what that included was stenciling the floor, processing orders from my website, adding new products to my website, and basically a list of 3 or 4 other things. And so I'm like, yeah, no day off for me today. Oh, and putting Gatorade on the floor. Hi, Heather. Cool, right on, Roz, thank you. Hey, Roz. Okay, so I've already, as you can see, I put the stencil down and I rolled on a little bit of paint. Now I want to show you up close, here a little bit, that my goal for this stencil design is to have a sort of distressed look. And there's a couple reasons why I'm doing this, you see. First of all, I don't have a lot of confidence that this chalk paint is going to stick to this vinyl, okay? Because I've painted vinyl floors before and I've tried lots of different methods and I haven't had great success. Eventually it scratches easily and comes up and, so I figured, well, okay, with that in mind, if I do a distressed stencil design, it won't be as obvious if I get some scratches in the floor paint, right? So that's what I know. So when I say a distressed, that means, it's not completely covered, it's uneven, okay? And that's what I'm doing. Thank you, Donna, sweetie. The thing is too, though, this room, while I'm working on it, is blocking off people's access to their office. So I want to try to get it done and dried so people can walk on it. So I just have to keep going, until I reach that point. Okay, here we go. So I already did this one because I just wanted to try one before I went live. I don't usually do that. I usually just wing it, but I wanted to just try one, and I haven't lifted off yet. So here we go. We're gonna reveal it together. You ready? Ooh. Oh my gosh! I love that. Oh my god, it's so cool. Wow! Wow! It's cool. Wow. Okay. And we are off. So I guess. So I did cut, just so you guys know, the borders off the sides. They have these little borders that are probably really very handy for not going beyond your stencil. But for me personally, because I want to butt this right up to the wall and I want to butt it right up to each other, I just trimmed the stencils, the borders off the bottom and two sides, but I kept it on one side for a nice clean line. Ooh, okay. I was almost holding my breath for that reveal. Okay, so now I have to sort of line it up here as best I can. Close is good. It's a distress floor. Nobody's going to be looking at it that closely, right? Because they're going to be looking at all the wonderful items I'm going to have for sale here at Enchanting Objects in Boise, Idaho. So here we go. This store's so cool, you guys. When I first got to Boise before the lockdown, I kind of started making the rounds, looking at all the stores, in my mind, I was, definitely looking for a place to sell my Dixie Belle paints. I came here and I was like, I love this store. This is a good fit for me, style-wise and such. But they didn't have any space at the time. And so I, started talking to somebody else. And then, luckily, before I signed on with that other place, the gal from this store called me and said, we have an opening. And I was so excited. So, the store is super cool. If you're anywhere in or near the Boise area or planning some road trips, maybe you could head out here and give it a look. It's really cool. You think it'll wear well? I certainly hope so. I think I'll go over the whole thing with 2 coats of gator hide. All right, so I just want to be done. I've been working so hard. All right, so here's what I have, you guys. The paint, I've put it on the little roller on a paper plate, but it's like too much, right? So I don't want to waste paint, so would have been good to have maybe less paint on my plate to begin with. And then I'm rolling it on a paper towel to kind of offload some of that paint so it's not, too heavy. Working around the edges and stuff is going to be probably the trickiest part. So this paint color is a custom mix. It's everything but the kitchen sink. Now what I like to do when I don't need a real specific color, but I just need kind of a general shade, I love to mix, basically use up whatever I have left of colors. And I had some burlap and some sandbar and some drop cloth. It was just, when there's only like an inch or two left in your big jar and you're like, you can't do a whole project with that, but anyway, it's a good way to use up. Ooh, I went a little heavy there. I gotta back off. I rolled a little too heavily, a little too consistency right there. Hi Agnes, thank you. This is my day off, Deb. Yep. I thought I was going to take a day off too. Don't think that's going to happen for quite some time. I've got too much to do. I just moved the stencil, but I'm like, oops. Don't really want to do that, but what I'm trying to do is work around this door jamb. It's a little tricky. I'm sure that, expert stencil users have their ways, but I'm just a hack. So I'm just gonna kind of do my best here. Whoops. It's gonna be easier when I get away from this door jamb. Right? Close enough, I think. Let's see how that came out. Ready? Not as good as the first one. That's okay. It's, by the time it's all done, gonna look good. So now I have to decide how far I want it to come out this way. I think I want it to come all the way out this way. So what that means is I'll have to go back and do more here. But I can do that from there, right? Does that make sense? So we're figuring this out as we go along, you guys. I'm not really a big project planning person. I kind of like to just jump in and do it. If I spend too much time planning, it kind of stresses me out and takes the fun out of it. So I usually just kind of dive in. And then of course, you know, you can make more mistakes that way, and I do make my share of mistakes. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Of course, you could take down the stencil a little bit, you know, if you wanted to. Turn it the other way. Well, yeah, I guess I could do that. It's a matter of how far do I want it to come out. It's not exactly the same distance, but it could work. Maybe I just wish I would have measured how far my rug's coming out. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Because then if the rug doesn't quite cover it, I can always go back and add a little more. Yeah, good idea, Roz. Go try that. Yeah. Yes, Paula. Everybody's saying, I thought you were taking the day off. But I told you what my day off looked like, right? My day off looked like this, and I'll have to come back later this evening and put the gator hide on the floor. And I have so much to do at home, it's not even funny. So I'm putting a little paint on. I'm offloading it on the paper towel so it's not too heavy. My lining up is not perfect. I'm trying to figure some stuff out here as I go along. Thought I had it. And then of course the lines in the walls with the baseboards and stuff create a little bit of a challenge too. I imagine once I get going, about halfway through, I'll probably get a real groove going, you know. You know, I could never do one of those, you know, those floors you see on Pinterest and stuff, and you know, some of the brand ambassadors here who are so good, where it's like perfect. You know, like you've got a white floor with blue pattern and it's all perfect. Like I could never be that person. I don't like to try to aim for perfection. That's stressful to me. So luckily, I'm not really good enough to meet that criteria anyway. So a little more paint. Still seeing? I mean, I love, you know, working with Dixie Belle paint, but working with the wall paint was a pain in the butt. Don't ever, you guys, buy wall paint from Walmart. It's the worst. It's a huge mistake. But then I had 2 gallons and I didn't feel like going back out for, you know, going to Home Depot or whatever, so I just did it. Hi, Ava. So I'll do a little bit more here, and then I'll probably switch over to my Heartland page because I don't want to do this forever and ever and ever. just some bright light. Let's see how that one came out. That's so true, Donna. Yay! Oh man, I'm really loving this floor. I'm almost regretting buying the area rug, which I ordered, because I'm thinking, don't need one, just do the whole floor like this. Man, this is cool. But we'll see. I really got to get this done, so. I like it. Where do you line up? Where are you going, my little one, little one? Where are you going, my baby, my own? Turn around when you're 2, turn around when you're 4, turn around, you're a young man walking out of the door. Child of the 60s, child of a musical family in the 60s. So my mom sang, and my dad played guitar, and my dad played guitar, so there was always music. Ooh, Donna, man, everything on my body hurts. And I've discovered something new, you guys, okay, since I moved. It's called the bath. At my house in California, so I'm just kind of rolling the paint lightly and then offloading it a little bit so it's not too heavy on paper towel. My house in California, we remodeled about 10 years ago, and I took out the bathtub because I never used it, and I just had a big shower put in. Well, now at my house, I have a bathtub, and I'm like, so I had these bath bombs that I've had for a long time, because I used to carry them in my store. These big, purple, beautiful lavender, all-natural bath bombs. So I threw one of those in there, and some essential oils, lavender, and I picked up some lavender bubble bath kind of stuff, foaming bath. Anyway, the bubble bath, the bath is the bomb. At the end of the day like this, when you're so tired, you're covered in paint, you do not want to stand in the shower. Just fill up that bubble bath and sit in there and soak in there. And that's probably one of the reasons I haven't washed my hair in 5 days. It's like, I'm too tired to take a shower. I just want to take a bath. So yeah, when I go to buy a home, a nice bathtub will be a requirement for sure. Because yeah, I love that. So relaxing. But yeah, my neck, my back, everything still hurts. Hey Susan, thank you. Hi Jenny. So funny. This is my day off, yes indeed. Well, you know, I needed to get this done, and I haven't gone live in a while. You know, I feel like I've deserted you guys kind of, because I usually go live more, but you know, I've just been so busy and, you know, like working on a deadline, right? So obviously I work faster when I'm not live, and I'm just kind of focusing on what I'm doing. But I missed you guys, so here I am. Okay. So I like it. So again, my pattern is to not have a consistent load of paint, but rather an inconsistent look. Donna. Well, I tell you, you know, I thought about getting one of those chairs when I was in California. I thought about getting one of those chairs for your shower, because when I would come home from a day at the workshop painting furniture and working hard like that, sometimes my body would be just so tired, like I couldn't even stand the idea of taking a shower, but you know, covered in paint, you got it, and you know, bleh. And I thought about getting one of those chairs for the shower. I'm like, so I'm not, you know, I'm not old yet, so going down a bad road here. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Janet. Hey, Betty, thanks for sharing. Should I go a little bit? Should I just finish this little section maybe, and then I'll hop over to my Heartland page. Ooh, this is gonna be tricky. So here's where we are so far. That looks cool, right? Is it perfect? No. Now, I could take some sandpaper after it's dry and work down some of the spots that are a little bit heavy or don't line up very well where there's too much of a line, right? I can take some sandpaper and just kind of lightly sand those down. And I will do that. Because even though I don't care about perfection, I want it to look good. So, and I have knee pads on, you guys. And I have a big moving blanket here, so I'm not going to ruin my knees. Can't do this without that. Woo. All right, now getting that little section is going to be tough. Little corner. So anyway, if you don't know me, I think most of you do, but I'm Brooke Sobel from Heartland Vintage Market. I'm out of Boise, Idaho. I'm an ambassador, brand ambassador for Redesign with Prima. This is a Redesign with Prima stencil called French Trellis. And I'm also using today, you guys, the roller brush kit, which contains the little handle brush I'm using and 4 foam rollers. That's killer. And it also contains this little glass plate that you can use to put your paint on and roll it out on if you choose. I'm choosing instead to use a paper plate and paper towels. But I'll just use, the 1 foam roller for this project, and then I tend to clean my stencils when I'm done with the scrubby soap. It's a soap that has a scrubber built in, and I love to clean my stencils with that. They come out really, really clean. And those products are all available on my website, heartlandvintagemarket.com. I have limited numbers of these stencils. They are a little higher on the price point than you would think, than a small stencil, right? Because look how much, they're huge. And you can use them on walls. And I have some other ones I was thinking about maybe using on a wall. And so there's some really cute designs. So I wouldn't want to use the same one on the wall, but I might do one wall with one of these. But you see how easy it is, really. And probably much easier if you're not doing it live and worried about your little every movement. Okay, you know what? That's going to be too hard to do live, that little corner. So basically, I think I'm just going to, line up as best I can and hold it and just get in there as close as I can. So, it's just, I want to be able to concentrate a little better. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to switch over to my Heartland Vintage Market Facebook page. If you'd like to join me over there, I'm just going to pick up right where I left off here, but I don't want to spend too much time here. So flip it around. Maybe flip it. Will the pattern line up? See, I'm not very, I don't know if I've used this stencil before. Yeah, I'll try that. See if the pattern lines up. That makes sense. Yay! This is the worst angle. I feel like, whoa, way too much me. There, that's better. Okay, yes, good idea, you guys. I'm super excited. And I'm also tempted to do the whole floor, which I might. I don't know. But anyway, go over to Heartland Vintage Market on my Facebook page, and I'll see you there in just a couple minutes, okay? Thanks for watching, you guys. heartlandvintagemarket.com if you'd like to purchase any of these products. And yeah, this is cool. This is fun. See you over there. Hopefully. Bye.